awesome heating and air Coach's Corner. Fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com and Big G TV.
And this portion of the Coach's Show is brought to you by Rick Hall with Rayburn Insurance Agency in Smyrna. Give Rick a call for auto, home, business, and life insurance needs. You can find out more online at rayburn.net. John Dinkins back with you here, and we've got the middle portion of the program, and Chris Johnson, first-year head coach of the Laverne Wolverines, is with us. And, Coach, last week I know we were talking about getting things started and that kind of thing. Now you've had a game under your belt. I know you've had scrimmages and that kind of thing, but your thoughts after I know you lost to Franklin 20-0, but defensively, I think you're probably pretty happy with that score, but the offense maybe got some work to do.
Yeah, we've got some work to do in some areas. And defensively, we've got some work to do there as well. But I was really, really proud of how the guys came back out and fought in the second half. Franklin scored all of their points in the first quarter. So for 3 quarters, I felt like our defense stood tall and really grew up in a lot of areas. I mean, we had 3 freshmen playing on defense, and they came in and done really well.
You know, when you talk about freshmen and people go, well, they're freshmen, they're talented, I'm sure. But really there's a lot of difference between a freshman playing up against a junior or a senior in terms of physicality, maturity in some ways. But you can have all the talent in the world, but if the guy you're facing is 50 pounds bigger than you are, that can be a problem, I guess.
100%. You know, varsity level, you know, the game changes, the speed of the game changes, and now, you know, probably when you're in middle school, you can go out and be the best athlete, or you can kind of get away with it. But, you know, at that varsity level, it's a little bit more schematic, and people will capitalize on your mistakes.
When the lights come on, it's a whole different ball game, and it's hard to replicate that in any kind of situation before that first game for a freshman.
Yeah, it really is. And we've tried to do a good job of that with our scrimmages and picking the pace up at practice. But, you know, the reality is still, you know, game experience is the best experience. And I feel like some of our freshmen got that experience last night, both offensively and defensively. And we talk about our offense. We're still trying to search for what that identity is. I think we got a good idea last night of some things that could work for us and things that may not work for us, but we're going to figure it out.
You know, I know it takes a while to kind of get acclimated to the pace of the game. And you mentioned speed of the game. That to me is probably the biggest thing. It just speeds up so fast, and decision making and that kind of thing. Who to block? How are we doing this scheme? I mean, all that kind of plays in effect. And I think you could tell by the score. They get all their points in the first quarter, but then evidently you settle down a little bit. Some of them, it kind of slowed down for them after that.
Well, you know, not only the speed of the game, but I think the reason why the speed of the game is very important is, you know, you kind of consider what we're doing here at Laverne. I officially took over in January. Some of my coaches didn't get here until the spring.
Right.
And so we've got a new offense, a new defense, and, you know, guys are still learning. We're still learning them, learning who we can put in different places. So I think that's what the speed of the game really, how it impacts us is knowing what to do, knowing who can do it, and how often they can do it. So that was big. Our defense played 73 snaps last night. So, you know, those guys, nobody quit.
Yeah.
Nobody gave up. The guys came back out and they fought, and we really saw some good things.
Yeah, that had to be a silver lining. I mean, that they played that many snaps and kept the score the same. I mean, it's credit. That's a positive that you look at, I would think.
I don't think Franklin. I don't know the official stats, but from what we saw, I don't think they had over 100 yards total offense. You know, and we held them to 20 points, and you know, field position hurt us in a couple of instances where they got the ball there in the red zone after a bad snap by our punt team. So we'll fix that. And then, you know, offensively, we got some momentum, and then penalties hit us. And so kind of broke our momentum a little bit. Then we had a bad snap early in the game on offense. That kind of killed some momentum. So, you know, things that are very fixable. things that we can come back in the film room and come back to practice and make some corrections, and I think we can rebound from.
I thought you made a really good point there just a minute ago when you said you got here in January and some of the coaches didn't get here till spring. Not being able to make those relationships, over the course of some time, that sets back a little bit because they don't know you, you don't know them, and again, who's going to come up? Who's the guy that you're looking for to come up and make the big play? That kind of thing. I mean, all of that's in the. I don't think people. They just look at stats and go, well, that's a stat, but there's really a lot more to it.
Well, one of the stats that I think is really important is that our guys. We have guys that don't really have game experience. A lot of the guys that are starting right now, last night was their first varsity experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's several guys. So we have a few returning guys, but for the most part, we're playing with a lot of sophomores, a few freshmen, and maybe a couple of juniors that never played football. So we're trying to get them some game experience quick, and they're getting better.
What did you tell your team last night after the game? I know because you look like you're a very positive guy, and I know you kind of lean on that. Mm-hmm. But then again, you also have to tell them, we've got to score some points, somehow. So what did you tell them? Just kind of general.
Well, kind of generally, I told the guys, losing never feels good,
mm-hmm.
And I don't want them in life to ever be comfortable losing. However, I told them I was really proud of the way we came out and fought. Nobody gave up. I looked in their eyes. They were disgusted about losing, but, we had a real good speech by one of our sophomores who got up and said, we're going to stick together. And my message to them was we still have a lot of season to play. And tonight was a discovery for us, but we're going to learn what we needed to learn. We're going to come back here. Our coaches are going to meet on Sunday. We're going to come back Monday, and we're gonna go back to work.
The Laverne has in past. They've been so close many times, and winning. They've had some winning seasons. They've had. I don't know how to describe it. Just one or two breaks go one way or the other. And it could be a different story for them. You're looking for that, though. You're looking for something to kind of break that mold. And mindset's a lot of it, isn't it?
Mindset is definitely a lot of it. Last night I feel like, we were there. The culture, let me give a huge shout out to our fans, our parents. Dynamic atmosphere last night. Our fans came out. Our teachers, our staff came out. Great support from the student body. So I think we're just trying to shift the whole mindset of the whole community, the whole school, and we showed signs of that last night. Couldn't be more proud of that. But we're gonna come back out this week and do it again. And so mindset is definitely important, and I think we're headed in the right direction.
Now, who do you have next week?
We got Dixon County.
Another team that has a storied past. I mean, they've got a pretty good past records and that kind of thing. So how do you prepare this week? What are you going to do this week to kind of get them ready? And I know you've got off to a really good start defensively, and I know you want to continue that at least. Yeah,
we're going to do what we've been doing. We're going to prepare, get the guys ready, study Dixon as much as we can, and know what they're doing both defensively and offensively, and we're going to just continue to get better at trying to do what we do. So I don't think we scratch anything and trash anything. We come back, learn what we need to learn, apply some new things as far as techniques and strategies, but we're going to prepare like we've been preparing and just keep discovering who's going to make plays on our team.
You got some new things going on at Laverne. I know some upgrades are planned, and you got a third story heading that way.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful building, really. It's just absolutely beautiful in a good spot, right in the smack middle of everything.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's something that you can look for and tell them, the positives of the building itself. I think it's a kind of a little known secret how good that school is out there at Laverne.
Yeah, it's a lot of great things happening with our new construction, but then also with just some things that's happening within the building. I think every sports team is kind of catching the wave of a new mindset and trying to shift the program, and so I'm excited about all the sports this year. But football is the first one, and in most schools the biggest one, and so we're going to do our part to get the ball rolling. And I was so proud last night of everybody who came out to support. And my commitment to them is we're going to keep getting better. We're going to keep fighting.
Yeah, the Dixon County is at home. That's
another home game.
Another home game. So that's kind of good. I guess haven't had to go on the road early anyway, but. Boy, the support has got to help. I know you got a great public address announcer. He's the best, and he really fires that atmosphere up too. I mean, we've been there a few times, and it's an exciting brand of football and fun to watch out there.
It really is, and we're going to continue to try to grow on that. We got a lot of young guys, like I said, but we're going to continue to try to make Laverne a place, an event on Friday nights, and it starts with us preparing and being mentally prepared, and then going out and executing.
Got to get those freshmen, sophomores in the weight room, right?
Yes, sir.
keep them active in that, right?
Most definitely.
All right, Coach, appreciate you being by this morning, and good luck against Dixon County next week.
Thank you so much.
All right, that's Chris Johnson, the head coach of the Laverne Wolverines. Good things on the way out there at Laverne. And this portion of the show is brought to you by Las Casas Feed Supply, locally owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, specializing in animal feeds, premium pet foods, farm supplies, and more. We'll be back with Oakland coach Kevin Creasy.
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several